Then I'll start. Perfect. I'll introduce myself. I'm Georg Schröck from Heidi Georg in Zone Winery, and we are gonna talk about the vintage 2021. With the year starting out rather cold in the spring, we had a rather late start of a vegetation period, and so it all was a little bit from the get-go. We knew it's gonna be a rather late year. Then in June, I remember we had the first heat wave with tropical weather, and that's where also the flowering and the bloom of the vines happened. This was quite optimum weather conditions, and then after this heat wave, I would say the rest of the vegetation period was rather not extreme, not too many extreme heat waves. There were some, but not as we compared to previous years. So it was kind of a year like yeah, which I don't remember anymore. Yeah, because it's way back. We didn't have the enormous rainfalls that happened, I would say, on the rather western part of Europe, and as we all know, in Germany, and the terrible catastrophe that happened in the Ahr Valley. We were very much touched and moved and terrified by what happened there. We didn't have the rainfall there. But we did have a good amount of water in the soils. Rather, our region tends to be rather dry, but and because we had enough water, we chose not to open up the soil. We rather let the vegetation grow and only mow the vineyards, which I think was a nice and was the right way to start in the year. Yeah. And then we started harvesting in beginning of September, which for us now is rather a late start. So I think the whole maturation process was delayed by 2 weeks, and we started rather early to get the freshness, to keep the freshness for a pet nut, and to really get everything on point. And then we kind of smoothly continued with the other whites, and
in about 10 days.
Yeah, it was really another rather quick operation, and also the reds, the Blaufränkisch and the Zweigels, they were really nice maturity. They had the perfect balance of sugar and acidity, which is really rather high this year, which we like, of course, for the reds as well as for the whites. So to really have a nice freshness, which you sometimes miss in the hot years. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have a very good relationship to our neighbors in the back, and the boys especially. And they spoke to one of our neighbors because of, we would need a little bit more berries for noble sweet wine. And one of our neighbors said, I have this 1 hectare of Pinot Blanc and a bit of Chardonnay, and I don't need it myself. So please carry on and hang your nets and make your Beerenauslese. And so we did. And so the boys at the beginning of the harvest, they brought the nets to this special vineyard, and also to our vineyards, which we always keep for the noble sweet wines. And then we waited and waited and waited, and in the middle of November we started to pick the berries from this neighbor's vineyard and also then from our vineyards, and we could finish the whole harvest of the noble sweet wines with picking a Spätlese, a Beerenauslese, and a Roster Ausbruch at the beginning of December. And we are very happy about the quality because the acidity of the whole young vines of the berries were much higher this year than in previous years. So expect beautiful, a little bit more acidic wines from Rust, from the Neusiedlersee area. Especially look forward to the Furmin, to the noble sweet wines, but also the Weißburgunder and yeah, all the other wines like Rosé and Muscatella. They show their real beauty from Western Shore. And please pray all a little bit for a little bit more rainfall here, because our huge lake, you know, the Neusiedlersee, needs some more water. And we had some snowfall last night, and we expect a little bit more, but we need a lot more that this lake keeps to be existing here and to be our really main climate factor for our wines.
I think that's it. Maybe.
That's it, yeah.